playing of the East African Community's anthem alongside that of Kenya and Uganda set the tone for President Uhuru Kenyatta's address to the Ugandan parliament. And here, the president hailed the strides that the regional trade bloc has made over the last 16 years, from the status of a free trade area to its current status of a common market of close to 150 million people.
Here in East Africa, our own East African community, where this great African dream is becoming realized more concretely as one of the fastest integrating regions in Africa and indeed in the world.
That feat has been achieved in part through the improvement of the region's shared transport network, coupled with the introduction of trade policies that promote intra-regional trade. The standard gauge railway, which is expected to run from Mombasa through Kampala, Uganda, all the way to Kigali in Rwanda, is among the new infrastructure projects that hold promise for not only more trade and movement of persons, but also lower costs for the region's business community.
And once that standard gauge railway is finished, it will take 24 hours for a container to move from Mombasa to Kampala here.
Uganda is Kenya's top export destination, with the bulk of trade between Kenya and Uganda being in favor of Kenya. And in order to close that trade gap, Kenya has agreed to immediately allow entry of Uganda's surplus sugar into the local market, while Uganda will permit Kenyan beef and related products to immediately access the Ugandan market. But going forward, trade in petroleum products is expected to take a bigger slice of the bilateral trade ties between Kenya and Uganda. The two countries have agreed to expedite the laying of a refined petroleum products pipeline from Mombasa via Eldoret to Kampala. The pipeline will move petroleum imports to Uganda and also from Uganda to Kenya. Also in the pipeline is the construction of a crude oil pipeline from Hoima in western Uganda's oil fields to Lokichar in Turkana all the way to Lamu.
These infrastructure efforts are driven by the recognition that they are not just for Kenya. We recognize that these programs are for Uganda and our region.
And as trade takes center stage in East Africa, President Kenyatta has called on the 5 EAC partner states to open the pathways for the region's increasingly youthful population to participate in the region's progress.
I personally have no doubt that it is not the gold or oil that lies beneath our soil that will make us wealthy. It is our young people. We have indeed in them the world's most precious resource.
A statement that comes hot on the heels of the recent 6th Global Entrepreneurship Summit that showcased Kenya and the rest of Africa as the world's next growth frontier. Stephen Kimani, Monday Special.